I start? That's a hard one. The stigma of being a mother in recovery it depends on who you talk to.
When I left treatment, I completed my 90 days. And when I had a visitation with my daughter overnight, when I went to meet her dad to drop her back off to him, there was a scene and my mom called the police, and as soon as they heard that I was on a weekend pass from treatment, the story completely changed. And I ended up losing custody because of that incident.
And I thought about my daughter, even though I wasn't seeing my daughter at the time, of what it would be like to have a mom who had an addiction and then died from it. Like what that story would be like for her.
I've seen so many people lose their parental rights and get them back. You know, you just have to work on yourself. The only way you can work on yourself is to allow yourself to feel all those uncomfortable feelings and work through that process, you know. And the only way to work through it is to go through it. You got to just put yourself in it and then allow people to help you. People are going to want to help you.
The drugs and the alcohol numb the pain, right? So that's what you're doing, is you're trying to not feel all the emotions and all the feelings that come with whatever trauma you experienced. It's scary. It is so scary to choose a different way, and to let go of things that's the irony, to let go of things that are harming you. It's like, as humans, we learn to love our chains, and it's just bizarre. It's like, let's start to take the chains off and let's be brave and courageous and start to recover and heal.
Ooh, the pain is the catalyst to change for sure.
For me, when I lost custody of my daughter, I felt like I had a scarlet letter. And it was like, people were like, oh my God, like she lost custody of her kid. Like she's a bad person. And what I had to do was really just focus on what I was doing for my recovery, and knowing that, you know, people's judgments are a reflection of them and not of who I am. With moms, you know, they're so afraid to lose their children. And that's the problem, is that children are still being taken away from their mothers. And you know, we need to get creative with the recovery process. And I think that, you know, with treatment, some people do recover with treatment. I was one of them. I went through treatment for 20 days. I said, I'm never going back to treatment again, and I never did. Right? But there are people who go back to treatment 10, 11, up to 20 times. I know of someone who went 20 times. It shows you that something's not working there. And that's where recovery community organizations come in, where it's like, we have a community. You don't have to be, if you relapse, we're not going to shame you. We're just going to keep helping you and loving you.
And when you're in addiction, you naturally just want to push people away. So the best advice I can give is don't push them all the way away. I know it's going to be hard not to, but accept the help, feel the feelings, and know that it's not the end.
I learned to be calm. The only way that I could get through any of it was I trained my mind to be calm, and I stopped reacting, because that was, you know, I wasn't used to having emotions, and they come back so strong.
Just working on myself got me to forgive my mom, understand that it wasn't her, it was me. She was just doing the best she could with what she had, you know, and she was protecting my children. She had no idea where I was at, and she was just doing the best she could.
For someone who doesn't have the courage to start their recovery process, what I would say is, you know, if you have children, or if you have a parent, or if you have somebody that you love, know that they are also you. That whatever you do in your life, you're impacting every single person around you. Whether you believe it or not, or know it or not, it's a ripple effect. And if you can't do it for yourself, then do it for someone else until you can do it for yourself.
I love being a part of Serenity House, and it's the kind of place I wish I would have had when I was first into recovery, because I didn't recover in the way where you showed yourself grace. And I think that this is a beautiful place to learn to really love yourself instead of, the shame that comes with some other methods.
You don't have to be 100% abstinent to be at Serenity House. We will see you at whatever stage you are at. It's just wanting to have a better life and to be able to get to the point where maybe you decide that you love yourself enough to want to take those things out of your life, to watch many people recover and heal. It's incredible. It's beautiful.
I regained my identity and just feeling like a whole person and contributing to the world again.
I have lots of goals. I've got little goals, big goals, daily goals, but I guess overall, just cherish every moment. And sometimes I'll just stare at my children like, wow, I'm so lucky to have these super cool kids.
So for our area, we're a recovery community organization. So we don't do treatment, detox, any clinical services. We do peer support. So people like me who have gone through the gauntlet of addiction, bad relationships, trauma, and who've come out the other side.